Ah, nothing like having a hot espresso and eternal truth. Let's get started while the coffee is still holy. Welcome to Ask Your Father. Let's look at the questions for this weekend. Why did the disciples stop the children in the first place when they were approaching Jesus? Why did the disciples stop children in the first place while they were approaching Jesus? This is one of the passages in the gospel where Jesus gets kind of little annoyed with the disciples because they were preventing from little kids approaching him. And Jesus says, let them come to me. And this is the openness of the church, the little ones. Now, in this particular passage, it refers to the young ones who are young in their age. But the church also refers to the young ones to faith, those who are curious to know more about Jesus, those who want to know the sacraments, those who want to fall in love with Jesus. Sometimes due to our protocols, we set limits, we put fences. So the gospel that Jesus teaches us in this particular question is to be seen beyond those who are confined to young and youthfulness in age versus who are young and new to faith. That is why disciples were kind of reprimanded. Let them come to me. Let us engage them in their curiosity and conversation. And disciples, on the other hand, they wanted to be on the limelight. They wanted to be in the photos. They want to be captured. But Jesus says, coming to me is not about being captured. Coming to me is to be captured by love. I think children do that pretty well. Is plenary indulgence the only way for our sins to be completely forgiven in purgatory? Is plenary indulgence only way for our sins to be forgiven completely before purgatory? Actually, the question needs a little bit of modification, because plenary indulgences are not sacraments. The sacrament of reconciliation is the way for us, for our sins to be forgiven, either venial or mortal. Plenary indulgences are kind of those opportunities the church gives once in a while. Let's say right now we are in the Jubilee year of hope. The church grants plenary indulgence for those who pass through the holy doors in the Vatican, that they receive special favors, that they receive mercy of God for the sins that have been kind of not expressed, forgotten, or indulgences kind of expedite our contrition and therefore make us worthy to receive God's mercy. So plenary indulgences are those opportunities given by the church once in a while, perhaps during a jubilee year, but they are not sacraments in themselves. For us to be completely forgiven and purified, we go and access the sacrament of reconciliation for the forgiveness of sins. And if someone is believed to be in purgatory, yes, indulgences can help expedite those souls to be moving towards heaven. But in themselves, plenary indulgences are not sacraments, and they do not replace or substitute the sacrament of reconciliation for the forgiveness of sins. So they're not only way, but a way that can expedite the forgiveness of sins outside the sacrament of reconciliation, because usually whenever someone receives an indulgence, it is preceded by the sacrament of reconciliation and participation in the Mass.